So hello everybody. You'll notice that I haven't changed my shirt. That is because I have done Y4a, Y4b and Y4c one after the other. And I hope you will notice occasionally that my son's in the background with his headphones on, eating popcorn and being absolutely a little angel, as quiet as he can, which is allowing me the time to do this. Amazing what a bowl full of popcorn will do. So this is the third part of Y4. This is C, and this is about brands that work, which actually is a case study. So Oprah Winfrey, a talk show host, actor, philanthropist and owner of a multimedia production company, the Cult Branding Company, offers a summary of her brand, which includes the following. Some TV personalities seem distant and removed from the general public, but Oprah has never shied away from sharing intimate personal details about her life and audience. By sharing these intimate personal details, Oprah shows her viewers that when the lights and the camera are put away, she faces many of the same problems as they do. She is indeed an ordinary person with ordinary problems to overcome. It's her seemingly vulnerability and fragility that make her much more inclusive of a brand. While sharing that level of detail would be a bit uncomfortable for most of us and usually unnecessary in a career context, the case study very clearly illustrates the value of an authentic brand. Just for a moment, I'll pause there and talk a little bit about, obviously, Oprah is American and they have the ability, like the Australians, to tell you their life story in the first 90 seconds of meeting them. Whereas us Brits are a little bit more reserved, and to find that out, it probably takes about 5 or 6 years. Anyway, I shall carry on with what is authenticity. The concept of an authentic or true self is a contentious one. The authors outlined in this section believe that it is relevant and important concept, while others describe it as non-scientific fiction. So, 2 examples. The true self depends upon values of the observer and is therefore subjective and strongly tied to each individual person herself, to what each individual person herself most prizes, and claims on its behalf may completely contradict all the available data. So the true self is positioned rather than observed. That part there, if you like, positioned rather than observed, that sort of links back to the brand positioning work we've done previously. While the existence of an authentic self might not be scientifically proven, the word authentic is regularly used when discussing personal branding, and it presents a useful and relevant concept. So, a psychology academic gives a list of what they perceive are the common characteristics of authentic and inauthentic people. The authentic side includes having realistic perceptions of reality, are accepting of themselves and others, and understand their motivations. The inauthentic parts are look for others for approval and to feel valued, and are not learning from those mistakes. There is other parts in both authentic and inauthentic, and I shall post that information on Padlet. So they go on to explain, if behind what a person says and does is a defensive and self-deceptive approach to life, then no matter how passionate or committed they are to the cause, ultimately they are not being true to themselves. Now, you've already seen some work from this next gent, which I'm not going to talk to you about. However, I'm going to get you to watch the video on Padlet and then come back and attempt this task. So it's Simon Sinek where he explains authenticity. So if you go to Padlet now, pause me and go to Padlet now, watch Simon Sinek's video on authenticity, and then come back and attempt this task. Okay, welcome back. So this is task 3. Can I be authentic at work? Based on what Simon said about ensuring that you believe in the things you say and do, ask yourself the following questions and write down the thoughts in your notebook. Are there times when I must do things that go against my own values? For example, you really value family, but you're required to work long hours and as a result, always feel like you're neglecting them. And secondly, do I ever have to work in a way that doesn't reflect my preferred style? For example, your job requires you to focus on a bigger picture when you would much prefer to immerse yourself in operational details. Whilst discussions about authentic self will undoubtedly continue, for the purpose of what we're doing, it might be helpful to think of authenticity as meaning genuine, real or true. The more honest you can be in presenting your personal brand, the more effective it will be in representing who you are and what you're looking for. Here are a few mistakes I've found. So there are several high-profile cases of celebrities aligning themselves with products or advertising campaigns that have impacted negatively on their personal brand. In 2014, Hollywood actress Scarlett Johansson, also known for her support of various charitable organisations, signed a contract to promote SodaStream. The company's headquarters are based in Israel, and they have a factory in an Israeli settlement on the West Bank. At the time, she was also an ambassador of Oxfam. Johansson subsequently received a letter from Oxfam explaining that as an organisation, it officially believes that business that operate in settlements further the ongoing poverty and denial of rights of the Palestinian communities that we work to support. She stood by a decision and eventually stepped down from her Oxfam role. More recently, supermodel and television personality Kendall Jenner made an advert with Pepsi that involved handing a can of fizzy drink to a riot policeman at a protest. Given the recent #Black Lives Matter protest in the US at the time, the public felt it was inappropriate subject for a soft drink advert, and there was widespread condemnation. The company apologised and cancelled the advert. Although there has been no long-lasting impact on the careers of either individual, both had to deal with the negative feedback and will potentially have lost credibility with some of their followers. Whilst you are unlikely to get involved in global advertising mistakes, you never know, or become linked with controversial projects, we definitely don't know, there are broad lessons to be learned from these examples. Think about what or who you align yourself with. Do they fit with the personal brand you wish to promote? Also, make sure that the views you choose to share with colleagues, social media followers, etc. represent your personal brand effectively. You'll consider how much to promote your brand on social media as we go through the sessions. So, common mistakes that people make with their personal branding include: you haven't clarified your purpose. First decide exactly who you want to be and then start your self-promoting. You're not sharing the right things. Are you over or under promoting or being careless about what you share? You're caught up in your career you've already had, not the one you want. Choose the projects and experiences that you most like to replicate and talk about them. Here we go with task 4. And again, don't spend a lot of time on this. Think of a person in the public eye with a high-profile personal brand you really don't align with. It could be a reality TV star, a politician, an actor, etc. Use your notebook and summarise why their personal brand doesn't work for you. Then try to list what other people do like about them. So, a quick summary of why A, B and C. So we focused on real life examples of personal branding and looked in more detail at the impact it can have in the workplace. We've considered what can be learned from the personal branding of people in the public eye and how their approach can be applied to those of us who don't aspire to be a celebrity. We do, don't we? Celebrity in our own world. And you should now be able to recognise how a clear personal brand can be beneficial to your career, appreciate the ways that celebrity branding tactics may be used to your own advantage, and understand the value of developing an authentic brand. I'd like to thank you all very much for watching these short videos on celebs being clear and being authentic. Thank you very much, and I'll post all the information on Padlet. Thanks guys, bye bye.